The Hebrew Bible, 5 books of Moses. Leviticus, chapter 1. And he called to Moses, and the Lord spoke to him from the tent of meeting, saying, Speak to the Israelites and say to them, Should any person from you bring forward to the Lord an offering of beasts from herd and from flock, you shall bring forward your offering. If his offering is a burnt offering, an unblemished male from the herd, he shall bring it forward at the entrance of the tent of meeting, to be accepted for him before the Lord. And he shall lay his hand on the head of the burnt offering, and it will be accepted for him to atone for him. And he shall slaughter the male of the herd before the Lord, and the sons of Aaron, the priests, shall bring forward the blood and cast the blood round the altar, which is at the entrance to the tent of meeting. And he shall flay the burnt offering and cut it up into its parts. And the sons of Aaron, the priests, shall place fire on the altar and lay out the wood on the fire. And the sons of Aaron, the priests, shall lay out the parts, the head and the fat, on the wood that is on the fire which is on the altar. And its innards and its legs he shall wash in water, and the priest shall turn it all to smoke on the altar, the fire offering, a fragrant odor to the Lord. And if his offerings is from the flock, from the sheep, or from the goats, for a burnt offering, an unblemished male, he shall bring it forward. And he shall slaughter it on the north side of the altar before the Lord. And the sons of Aaron the priest shall cast its blood round the altar. And he shall cut it up into its parts, its head and its fat, and the priest shall lay them out on the wood that is on the fire which is on the altar. And the innards and the legs he shall wash in water, and the priest shall bring it all forward and turn it to smoke on the altar. It is a burnt offering, a fire offering, a fragrant odor to the Lord. And if his burnt offering to the Lord is from the birds, he shall bring forward his offering from the turtle doves or from the young pigeons. And the priest shall bring it forward on the altar, pinch off its head, and turn it to smoke on the altar. And its blood shall be drained on the wall of the altar. And he shall remove its crop with his feathers, and fling it by the altar to the east, to the place of the ashes. And he shall tear it open by its wings. He shall not divide them, and the priest shall turn it to smoke on the altar, on the wood that is on the fire. It is a burnt offering, a fire offering, a fragrant odor to the Lord. Chapter 2. Should a person bring forward a grain offering to the Lord, fine semolina, fine offering shall be, and he shall pour oil over it, and place frankincense upon it. And he shall bring it to the sons of Aaron the priests, and a handful from there shall be scoped up from its fine semolina and from its oil, together with all its frankincense. And the priest shall turn its token portion to smoke on the altar, a fire offering, a fragrant odor to the Lord. And what is left of the grain offering is for Aaron and for his sons, holy of holies, from the fire offerings to the Lord. And when you bring forward a grain offering baked in an oven, it is to be fine semolina, flatbread cakes mixed in oil, or wafers of flatbread coated with oil. And if your offerings is a grain offering on a griddle mixed in oil, flatbread it shall be. Break it into bits, and you shall pour oil over it. It is a grain offering. And if your offering is a grain offering in a pan with fine semolina and oil, it shall be made. And you shall bring the grain offering that will be made from these to the Lord, and the priest shall bring it forward and put it on the altar. And the priest shall set aside from the grain offerings its token portion and turn it to smoke on the altar, a fire offering, a fragrant odor to the Lord. And what is left on the grain offering is for Aaron and for his sons, holy of holies, from the fire offerings of the Lord. Any grain offering that you bring forward to the Lord shall not be made leavened, for you shall not turn to smoke any leaven, nor any honey from it as a fire offering to the Lord. You may bring them forward to the Lord as an offering of first yield, but they shall not go up on the altar as a fragrant odor. And every offering of your grain you shall season with salt. You shall not leave out the salt of the covenant of your God from your grain offering. With each of your offerings you shall offer salt. And if you bring forward an offering of first fruits to the Lord, new ears of grain, parched in fire, grits of fresh ears, you shall bring forward the offering of your first fruits. And you shall put oil upon it, and you shall place frankincense on it. It is a grain offering. And the priest shall turn its token portion to smoke from its grits and from its oil, together with all its frankincense, a fire offering to the Lord.